listening at Ragchew. How are we coming
Uh,
across tonight, guys?
Howdy, y'all. You would not believe what just happened. Paul hit the start the music button, and I dumped a beautiful blue cup of ice cold water all over the place by one cord. I just moved my headset, something grabbed it, and it flipped it right over. So right now I am mopping up a mess.
Evidently, I need a ring light because this room is so freaking dark. Let me set my flashlight up. Maybe my camera isn't
Paul,
so
you look
fuzzy.
beautiful, man. Just go with it.
It's just so dark. It's too fuzzy. So we'll try that. We'll see what that does. Add a little light. How is it? How is everyone, guys? Welcome. Hopefully things are working. I'm on the laptop. I don't normally use this for this setup, so if I'm low, I can up it because it seemed like I was high earlier. Not that kind of high. Get your minds out of the gutter.
Yeah, Paul. You know.
All right. Let me saying I've got low audio. Yeah, it's funny. I set my cell phone up and beautiful, clear video, clear audio, and everything, but I didn't want to capture all the background sounds. Um, so let me go in here and up this a little bit.
And just another funny thing, I have a gaming headset on, like Paul's, and I kept telling Paul, "You have zero audio." So we were trying to diagnose what his audio problem was. It was my volume knob on my headset.
All right, how is it now?
Oh, it's good.
Is that loud enough?
Works for me. Y'all good with that?
Give them a second. Yeah, it's weird because when I add the cell phone, I can't mute it. I mean, I can mute it, but I can't turn off the volume completely. So the stream's volume is coming out of the phone low enough, but my mic can
Did you hear that? Did you see that,
still low.
Paul? Michael sounds perfect.
All right, guys, I'm putting it. It's at 100% right now. My microphone is at 100%. Let me check the levels.
Hey, Paul, I'm going to be right back. I got to get another towel.
All right, guys, I've got it boosted now. Oh, hold on a sec. Okay, this might be too loud, so I'm going to talk softly. Is that too loud? Okay, how's that? All right. Yeah, it's just a different setting here. I turned the boost off. I think the boost screwed it up. And we should be good. So, as I was saying, I was trying to get the cell phone. It actually had a better quality video, but the problem with that is you can mute the microphone on the phone, but I can't totally mute the speaker. So anything in the stream was coming through that out the phone speaker, which was coming back into this microphone and causing issues. So good to see everyone. Welcome, welcome. It's not going to be a very long one tonight, guys, because I got to get some more shut-eye before heading back in about 7 hours.
So what time is it there right now?
Got my Japanese Wilkinson Tansan sparkling water. It's delicious. It is 10:37 in the morning tomorrow, and here's something some of you, Greg, Japan Ham might recognize. I got my Pocari Sweat for later. This is their
I
version.
recognize that. I get that Daiso. Did I say that right?
Yep, Daiso.
That's some good stuff right there. It's about $2 here.
Yeah, it's with exchange maybe $1.20.
Yeah.
But that's my drink going home. My electrolytes drink, and I've got some. This is kind of funny. I've started. These are little jelly. It's jelly drink. It's kind of a gelatin inside, but liquid. It tastes like a juice with pulp, but they got
Oh,
energy,
that,
and
what's the name of that again?
it's just N, I think is the name of it. N.
Okay.
They got vitamin ones, energy ones. They got a whole bunch of different ones. I don't know if it does anything, but I guess I've become addicted to it because I buy them and eat and drink them. Hey,
Yeah.
this is made of mylar. I wonder if you could make an antenna out of that, like the cantenna.
Now, Paul, there's a YouTuber I watch. He uses those energy jellies all the time, and I wouldn't mind having one of those if you can bring one over.
Okay. This is for later. Hot. Some hot instant noodles. So yeah, we're all good. We're all set up here, guys. See, Greg agrees. The jelly drinks are good.
Yeah, I like to try one of those. I see my YouTube all the time with the Japanese vloggers.
Japan ham. I initially didn't like Pocari Sweat. The one drink that I still haven't gotten to be able to drink is Calpis. Calpis, sounds like Calpis. In Japanese is Karupis, but it's like a fermented milk or something, but it's nasty. But I've gotten to like the Pocari Sweat. Greg knows. Greg's in southern Japan right now.
They sell that Calpis in the States, but it's not. It's under a different brand. Let's just say that.
Chicken piss?
You can't get past it. You can't get past the translation there.
All right. So yeah, obviously I'm gonna have to buy one of those little clip-on ring lights maybe or something for the times. I'll just leave it here in Japan when I need it. I'll have it so that, because I'm afraid if it's I know I've done streams before from here and the internet's kind of low, and I just have a feeling if my video's blurry, it's going to be even worse when it comes across through the stream. All right, so I thought what we could do tonight, here's my setup. I had to rip off my login here. Got my Raspberry Pi, I got my Allstar Pi hat right here. I think it's the Sherry hat, however you say that. I can't read it, it's too small. So that's what I keep here in Japan. I've got it set up for this network in the hotel. So that's the one thing, if you travel with it, that's the one thing you have to do with Allstars. You'd have to connect it with your laptop or whatever and change the Wi-Fi or network information so that it connects to whatever Wi-Fi you're using. Right now, so here's what we'll do. I'm going to unplug it, and then I've got the Yaesu's 70, yeah, FT70D, great radio, 160 bucks I think, and that's the one I leave here in Japan. And so what we'll do is I'll turn that volume up. I'm going to restart this Pi, and you'll hear it connect on the radio. So the Pi's I've got it set for 447.00 simplex, as you can hopefully see in there. Here we go. Let's listen to it.
K5VOP.
She's not done.
IP address 172.1.1.222.
So I got my IP address. Here on the lights you can see power, the communications is working, and then when there is transmission, you'll see the PTT will pop up red. So that's what I got set up, and I can actually connect back to, this allows me to finally get back in and check in on our nets back at home in the colony when I'm out of the country here in Japan. It sucks when you're gone all the time. I can't go to meetings and stuff, so it's nice to be able to check in with everybody. Chris, most hotels for crew members have a storage room for crew. And this one's really been good for us for many, many years. So we have a storage room they keep locked for us that we have access to and can get our stuff. The whole bag this is everything. It's this huge black bag. And I keep a pillow because the pillows in here suck. And I keep this headset. And I normally have my radio gear in there. But I'm switching over to the ICOM 705. And it's in its own, I got the ICOM backpack as well. So that's going to be the one that I'm going to move, and I don't think I'm going to leave it because I want to use it for POTA as well. All right, so I'm going to say this up front, Greg. I'm not the premier Allstar pro. So I guarantee Chris probably knows more, and some of the others probably know more. But what basically this allows me to connect through the network, just like the Yaesu Wires X or the ICOM D-Star uses the internet basically to connect radio to radio. And of course, just like the others, you have to have that equipment set up at the other place. Let's go back to two of us.
Okay. You're doing your show and tell. That's why I knocked it down on screen.
And then what you use with this, see again, I'm just getting started with D-Star on the 705. I haven't even played with it yet. I'm excited that the 705 has 2-meter 440, which is very cool for portable HF because I haven't had that with the Yaesu 891. So I'll be getting into D-Star a little bit too, but with the Wires X, you connect to a local node or you use the USB on your radio connected to your laptop and you can connect through there. But with Allstar, it's basically DTMF. So I'm going to go on here. We can pull up, I don't know if you want to do it, Michael, or I can do it. We can pull up the Allstar website and you can pull up different nodes and it'll give you their numbers, and you connect to those with *3 or *1 to disconnect and that number. So on mine there you can see I've got the K5 VOP one and then the JI1 GBC one, which I'm actually, I think I made a mistake. I wasn't sure what I was doing. I ended up creating another node, I think is what happened. But I don't have anything set up for that second node, the 5.1 there?
Right.
Yeah. So the one I'm on now is this 5.0. It's 594450. So if you wanted to connect, you would have your Allstar set up, and you would basically hit DTMF, and you'd do #3 594450, and it would connect you through the Allstar network to my node here, and then be able to talk to me on this radio, and you'd be talking direct. I mean, it's similar, to all the others, D-Star, Wires X, and all that. But what I like about this one is it's not proprietary to Yaesu or ICOM or Kenwood, so we can use this with anyone that's connected to it. Yeah, I think having my ham radio license is already doxing me because that's the same address that's on my public file. So.
Well, we need to start using a PO box.
I've looked at PO boxes and they're not cheap, even for the smallest one, $120 or $30 a year. So anyway, so I thought we'd give it a try, and I know Michael's there at in the Colony. So if we could pull up what the Colony one is, the K5LRK, you may know it offhand.
Let me pull up another screen here.
Okay.
I'm going to close that page because I got an even better screen. Actually, I probably shouldn't be sending this other screen. Oh, it's down. Okay.
Yeah, if you just pull it up, and then you don't have to share the number or on the screen. Just
Yeah.
if you want to pick the number and then get
Yeah,
on
it looks like it went down. Let me see what's going on.
just have your radio up so that they can hear when I connect.
I need to go grab my radio.
But yeah, to Greg, Japan Ham, this is the Shari SHARI, the Shari Pi hat, and then I think it's a Raspberry 4 or 3, I can't remember which one this is. And you go to Allstar, they've got all the software to make the image and everything, and I did it myself just by following the directions, and then you set up. There's other YouTube channels that show like audio settings and all this and that, but mine's pretty much worked from the default after the install, so I've been happy with it so far.
So it looks like one of our main control panels is down right now. So let's look for K5LRK. And let me see if I get a radio right here. I did.
I guess I can pull it up.
Okay, K5LRK is going to be 47666. I can hear my own voice coming back. It's annoying me. It's 47668. It's under KE5GDB node ID K5LRK.
Yeah, you can put in the number, the user, or node ID, and it should come up. So I'm going to hit, I think I've already got it set. On this one, I have to hold down band, which is star. So I'm going to do, you're on the 3.8 machine, right?
K5LRK, repeater, PL 110.9.
All right, so let me turn this up a little bit. So let me try getting into that one. That is, oops, I got to do DTMF. Come on. It keeps going to the menu. Okay, DTMF 47668. So I'm going to go pound. It's not working. Let's try that again. Manual. Okay, I just did it, and now it doesn't want to work.
It's because we're live, Paul.
Yep. So frustrating. Manual. It just keeps typing in numbers now. Pound. Oh my gosh. Oh, duh. By the way, guys, when you put it in, you got to hold push to talk.
I was wondering what you were.
Let's try that again. All right, let's try turning off the radio back on, because now it's giving me an error. All right. I don't understand why it's doing that. If I can't get on, I'm going to be very mad. And then what happens sometimes, I notice I have it set to simplex. Okay, there we go.
K5VOP.
Okay, so I'm connected still. So let's hold down the push to talk, do pound 3 4 7 6 6 8. And I'm guessing it didn't do it. Pound 3 4 7 6 6 8. It's not going to do it, Michael.
So, Paul, I sent you a message in private chat.
The station needs to be advised the FTS net is scheduled to begin on this repeater at 9 p.m. local time.
So your LDS net's going to be starting in 8 minutes.
That's all right.
Hey, Paul, I sent you a private message.
Okay. Yeah, it's renewed. I paid the
Okay,
tax
good.
today.
So I'll make sure you're being legal what you're doing.
Yeah, it's right here. Just paid
Sweet.
it today.
Sweet.
They actually had the envelope was waiting for me, but usually Ken emails me, and I guess he didn't email me this time. But
And if people are wondering, this is Japanese call license there.
Yeah, I didn't bring the 705 because I hadn't received an email yet to let me know that it was renewed.
So
And
do
then
you
I
want
got
to
here and
switch?
it was renewed.
Do you want to switch to the 9.2 repeater? Since
No, it
that
doesn't
one
matter.
starting that.
Because if I can just connect, it'd be good just to get
Well,
into the
you're
net.
gonna. Well, never mind. Never mind.
I don't know why it won't work. Holding push to talk, hitting. Six.
So Chris, since he's in Japan and transmitting, he has to transmit with his Japanese call sign. Now, if he was linked to the internet, Japan Ham, tell me if I'm wrong on this. He can use his American call sign if he's transmitting to a node, if he's using it directly with the internet without any RF source. Is that correct, Japan Ham? I want to make sure I'm correct on that.
Maybe I could have you try to connect to me.
Um,
But that would move the repeater? Is that how that works?
yeah, I'm going to change the repeater.
I think if I'm not
Paul,
transmitting...
you mute your mic right quick. Or I'll just mute mine. You don't need
Hold
it.
on.
Okay, Paul, can you hear me?
Yeah, do that again on the radio.
I switched over to the 9.2.
Yeah, I know. But I heard you, even though I wanted to see where I heard you on the phone or the.
You probably heard me on this.
Oh, gotcha. That's probably why you're getting feedback. You want my node, Don? See, Don can connect to me. 594450. Okay, I don't understand why I'm not getting you in here anymore. You're muted, Mike. Yes, Don. Thanks.
How do I connect to you again?
You got to be on the Allstar. I think it moves. It might. I don't know if it connects you through the repeater or it moves the repeater to me. But
So what do I need to type in my phone? Is it *1 and then the node number?
*3, then the node number. We'll see. Don's going to try now. We'll see if Don comes in.
Yeah, let me get another radio. I'll be right back.
Hopefully it's working. I had it connected earlier. I don't know why it doesn't work. It's been nice to be able, when I'm working and I'm here on Tuesdays, to be able to connect to the club repeaters and check into the nets. But yeah, I was going to say that what Greg said. So when I have my Yaesu and it's plugged into my laptop via USB, I'm not using RF, so I don't need to have the call sign because I'm not using the RF. It's literally going from the radio through USB into the computer internet to the United States.
Okay, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, star what?
*3 594450.
Do we have to do a pound afterwards?
Don's getting connection failed, so wondering if my my node's not working.
Well, I noticed our control panel's down too.
Oh
where we
yeah.
control the repeaters in the county all at once.
Is there an Allstar like a single server or some kind of system that if it goes down, they're all down? I'm gonna reboot the Pi again. Yeah, see right now I am actually using RF from here
K5VOP.
to here.
IP address 172.21.3.57.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it shows. Let's see if we go back to my. Let me go back to mine. It should be fine. Yes. Show function list. Is not a remote base station. No. Allow reversal auto patch access. Yeah, I'm not sure why it wouldn't be working.
Good evening. The time is 9 p.m.
Wait a minute, it just gave me the time in Dallas. Yeah, it just said 9 p.m. You're still muted, by the way.
Yeah, I was muted on the mic cord. I had a panic there thinking I wasn't. I'm still hearing reverb.
I think it's because you got your cell phone and your mic. You got two things going.
You try it again.
When you got two things going like that, you're going to get feedback.
Yeah, but I closed the app.
That's why I don't have my phone running, because I was getting that.
Yeah, I closed my app and it's still going. Okay, Japan Ham said Mike had asked about direct connection to the internet, not like he's doing now with transmitting even a meter or so, but yeah, he's not even transmitting RF. He's saying.
Oh, I didn't even know it was created by JARL.
Oh, do you start?
Well, that's very
Yeah.
weird. I haven't changed any setting. I checked in 2 weeks ago and the week before that to the nets. So I'm really not sure why it wouldn't be connecting now. Don, maybe you can see if you can connect to someone else. I don't get it. It's connecting to this. Maybe Don can see if he can connect somewhere else, and maybe is there some Allstar issue going on?
Could be. I just sent something in the projects group. We have a group with the club that we coordinate projects and issues on. It's a WhatsApp group, and I just let them know that the one panel was not working. So, but the Allstar site is up.
Shows it on the web. It shows.
Shows
on.
that the last seen at 10:28 and 1:48. Did it go down? Because it's not 1:48. Stats.
Wait a minute. T on my radio. Does that mean tone? Is it doing a tone? Why would it be doing a tone?
T is tone squelch going out. Or it may be, no, T is tone, yeah, going out. So when you're transmitting with a tone. Now TSQL would be tone squelch, which means it's going to require a tone for it to open up where you receive it. So if you're on T, you're fine.
Yeah, it should be fine because it's still connecting. I mean, it is connecting to it. So, and I've changed literally nothing unless, okay, so he's connected to Jason. Testing, GI1 GBC. Don, let me ask you this. When you're holding the PTT down and you do the *3 and the number, is the red light on your node on while you're holding PTT, or does it come on when you let go of the PTT?
Hey, Paul, let me try something.
Them in another building.
I got it.
They're not too wild about, but hey, they're faithful anyway, so they'll go.
This is
along
the
with
net.
it. They'll get there. So
Okay, so it should be working.
yeah, seems like these.
So did you put a pound sign at the end of it?
No, what I did was after I hit pound, I waited, and the screen went back to the frequency. Then I hit 3, 4, whatever. Oh, you're connected via browser and radio. That'd be good to know about, Don. So what I should do is I should check in here, just surprise these guys just for fun. These guys are running a weekly net. Yeah, mine's just the frequency. So there we are. Michael is 60. What was the mileage we did when it was Wires X between you and I?
It's like 6,000 some odd miles, 62, 6,500, something like that. I was at the Starbucks in Frisco, and Paul was at his hotel, and we were talking to each other.
So yeah, so he's.
That's my FT1D, right? No, I don't have my FT1D here.
So here they are, and this is how it's set up. It could have been just user error. I don't know. But let me turn that volume down a little bit. But there you go, guys. Hey, Dan. Raspberry Pi, the Shari Pi hat, and I believe there's others. This is just one I think Jason or Josh or one of those guys showed, and I thought I liked. And so it's set up on, and like I said earlier, the only thing you'd have to do is if you're going to various places, you just have to know the access. You'd have to have on the laptop the, computer, the software to be able to access your node and change the Wi-Fi password and all that when you go to a different place.
So, Paul, where did you figure out to make one of those? Because I would like to have one of those.
I'm pretty sure Jason or Josh was probably. I probably got it initially from them, but I can't. I'm not 100%. So let me. But if you just go to Allstar. Let's just go to Allstar here. Let me. Where is it? Oops, that's not it. Sorry, guys. One screen, and so I've got to go between. Okay. Oh, that's not it. I got it. I guess I have to change it to a different. That's weird. Stop screen share, present share screen, and I want that. Okay, there it is. All right, do you see that? Michael, are you getting the... Okay, you got it. All right, so you go to allstarlink.org, and they've got everything you need here. Right here, getting started. Want to get started? Allstar Link V3 is supported on any platform, virtual machines, Raspberry Pi 34502Ws. Getting started with imaging on a Raspberry Pi is what I did. And here's the manual down there. But it will explain how to do everything, minimum required. They recommend a 4B or 5B, 4 gig of memory and 8 gig SD card. But this is it. It's step by step. So you're going to install that image onto the SD card, and then you're going to install that. It's going to be basically the operating system for your Raspberry Pi. And then on my side, I got to remember how I got. So here's the login. You got to be able to log in, and here's the menu, and you got to be able to change that Wi-Fi setup if you're going to move it around and not have it on just one Wi-Fi. But that's how you get started. Go to allstarlink.org, and in my case, the Raspberry Pi, and you go there, and it literally walks you through it. And then when you run into problems, just go on YouTube, and let me look at my search history, and I'll just do a quick search. Okay, Shari Pi Hat step-by-step instructions was actually Mike on Ham Radio Tube when I do a search in my history. So Mike on Ham Radio Tube has a video, how to build your Shari Pi Hat step-by-step. So he's actually building it. So I don't think that's where I got. Wow, he's actually building the thing. I just bought one. So that's somewhere in here.
How much is that radio that you just bought?
The Shari
Mm-hmm.
or the Yaesu?
The one that you're using for your node.
Okay, so the Shari, the Pi Hat that gives me the Allstar thing is about $90. It's about $100. It's under $100.
Okay.
In fact, hold on. And I don't recall if I got it on Amazon or not, but let me go. Amazon.
How is that being powered?
On the Raspberry Pi.
So you have the Raspberry Pi powered with what?
Mm-hmm. With the 5-volt adapter that it comes with.
Okay, cool.
$89. Yeah, I did. So it says last purchased January 1st, 2024. $89. So let me go to that. Oh, that's really ridiculous right here. There you go.
Oh, very sweet.
So if you got a Raspberry Pi sitting around, they say 4 or 5, but this might be a 3. Pull one of these down for $90 and follow some instructions on how to do it. I'm not the guy to teach it. I'm the guy that just learned it earlier this year, but fairly easy. So, an interesting way to get on and connect all over the world without being stuck in the D-Star or Wires X hierarchy or whatever that's called.
And it just plugs right in using those USBs. That is cool.
It just plugs right in.
That is very cool.
So I'm not sure if I have this in my shopping list or not on Amazon, but if I don't, I did. I just heard somebody. Wait a minute. Where did I hear that person? Oh, it's Don. Don, I can hear you, but you're not going to be able to come into the stream. Yeah, I can hear you, but you're not going to come through on the stream because I don't have the mixer.
So I'm going to tell you this, Paul, just my observation here.
Hold on, Michael. Okay, so Don is in Discord, and I apologize, guys. I don't have the mixer on my laptop to bring that audio in. So he's saying and he's listening to me on Discord as well, so he'll correct me if I'm wrong here. You're saying install ASL3. Is that from the allstarlink.org website? Okay, that whole audio cut out except the last part where you said Allstar Link 3.
Let me see if this helps, Paul.
Starlink 3, ASL 3.
Okay.
Okay. And Freddie Mac, like I said, Ham Radio Crusader, he has 2 videos on how to install that, and it's perfect.
Okay, I'm not sure. Hold on. I can still hear this.
Oh, I got it coming through my mic.
All right, cut that for a minute. Let me go back to. Let me remove that and let me add another screen. Right here. Okay, so let's go to Ham Radio Crusader. And I'll do a search. What would I search under? Allstar or ASL?
It's not too far back in his videos.
Got it right here. 3 months ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so here is Ham Radio Crusader's webpage or YouTube page. It's just at Ham Radio Crusader. I typed in his search Allstar Link 3 and it's right there 3 months ago. Then there's another one before that in a playlist. He's got Allstar Link training here. So he's got quite a bit of information here, guys. I may have to look at that later as well then. Okay.
He's in chat a lot too, so I mean you'll see him in various chats. But that version, that is a new version. It is just a really, really good version.
Okay.
And it's their latest stuff. The only thing is he doesn't use that version.
Do you have 2 mic things going, Mike? I'm hearing feedback.
I had the Discord going into my mic so everybody else can hear what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm hearing myself, and that's kind of weird. So I didn't know if it was me doing that or.
Well, that's the
but
only way
anyway.
they can hear you.
Yeah, that's fine. But Freddie Mac goes through this. The only thing is, I have the RSync, and that you've got that you were just showing. I have that one, and I'm using his software. But when he goes through his software here, he's using a different radio type. So not everything that he does works for this ASL or for this RC, but I was able to get it running. I can't remember a couple of other playing around with just a couple of bits with the menu, and I was able to get it working and running. And that's what I'm using to try and connect to your node. Is this ASL3. And if you look at the way that it works, you literally get a browser window to the node here that you can execute commands over. So you don't have to use your radios to DTMF phones. But,
Okay.
like your remotes, you're kind of going to have to. But I wasn't doing that. I was using the built-in web browser version to connect to, or try to connect to your node.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. So there's another resource, and Chris mentioned that TO does a lot with other hats as well. I know there's other options, guys, so.
Can everybody hear Don okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a DMR radio, and I've never even used it yet. So.
I've got DMR, D-Star, and P25, and Fusion, and I just prefer Allstar. It just sounds better.
Yeah, this sounds pretty good. And as soon as this net's done, I can get on and we can go back and forth with Michael and see if you can connect after the net's over. But yeah, they're still going. He's asking his weekly ham radio question, I think. So yeah, there's a lot. It took me a little while to get on it myself, and I have an Echolink node set up at my house for a repeater in Denton, but I'd really like to switch that over to Allstar. So I may be working on another node, but that stupid Echolink one cost about $300. D-monitor, thing very limited. Yeah. But yeah, I could probably disconnect from this and see if we can connect. Let me see where they're at. What I love about this is I don't feel so remote. You know what I mean? A lot of people think, oh, travel would be great and this, that, and there is a great side to it. One of those is that I'm sleeping by myself in a bed, and I literally just got 12 hours of sleep because there's no one next to me, i.e. my wife. I doubt she's watching, who every time she moves wakes me up. I literally just slept 12 hours today, guys. And so there is some benefit to travel on occasion. But I'm someone who just hates being away from home.
Hey, Paul, flag me next time Don's speaking so we can get him on there. We have, Greg, we have reflectors on the D-Star system here. Or I'm not sure exactly what the terminology is, but I know there's like a A and a B and a C. And they're looking at E for like emergency contacts, but I'm not real familiar. I'm signed up on the D-Star system. My call sign is, but the person who signed me up is Silent Key, and I have yet to get on it. So that's probably one of the few digital formats I have not been on. That and Next Edge.
Yeah, it is funny. He's talking about my dog Luna, and there are moments, and I'll see a dog video or something, and I do. It's funny how you just like, I want to get back there and like just get back in her little fluffiness, and then you get used to it again, and you don't think about it. You kind of take it for granted. Then you leave, and you're like, oh, I missed it again. So it's kind of a mirror of life too, where we tend to take for granted those things that we have every day or we're always around until we don't have those things. So, take my wife for granted. We walk around all day long, this and that, and then when we're gone, we're like, oh, we're immediately texting each other, right? We miss each other. And Luna, the dog, as well, is like, I miss her. And then when I get there, I'll play with her a little bit, and then like, just no, go do your thing. And we take them for granted. So, don't take things for granted, guys. You never know when you're going to lose them. Yeah, they're still talking.
Yeah, Greg, he passed away. I want to say good 5-10 years ago. It's been a while.
Who's this?
His name was Brent. He was the D-Star guy for Denton County. I don't think you met him. But you may have.
Here, we can get rid of this.
Paul, were you with us when we did the LARC meeting at the Brahms?
Yeah, I've been.
Yeah, he presented that meeting. Yeah, we had a meeting there one time at the local Brahms of all places, because they were using the VFW we were at for another.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was many years ago.
Let me just check here. They might have just been
No,
chatting.
Don, it's been 10 years. I've yet to.
For anybody else listening, we do this every Sunday night at this time, 9 p.m.
Yeah, he's just finishing the net.
And you can count on hearing us chatter back and forth right here on this very same repeater next week, same time, same place. This is N5RLZ for net control 73 to everybody. We now close the net and return this repeater
Good old Bob.
to normal amateur use. N5RLZ is clear.
All right. Don, can you maybe try again? See if. Let me disconnect real quick.
Yep, there you are. The courtesy tone changes on these repeaters. Let us know it's Allstar coming in.
Yeah, so I just disconnected, so I should be clear. See if Don can get on me again here. 594450. That's what I've got on my. Or if someone else has another repeater, I can always try a different one.
So while we're waiting here, Don, you can put it in the chat, or we could talk on Discord here. So when I set up on D-Star, if I ever get a D-Star radio, do I just put my call sign in there and the system will say yes or no on that?
I think it just lets you in. I'm not. When I've used it, I've only used it like once or twice, D-Star, and that's all there is to it. And by the way, Paul, yeah, it failed again for me.
Huh. I wonder if there's some setting I have where people can't connect to me, do you think? Oh, I'm muted on Discord. I'm wondering if there's a setting I have I need to change to allow people to connect to me.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, that's all right. Let me go back in and make a quick QSA with Michael, and then probably try to wrap it up here in a sec. All right, let me try again.
You going to the Lark repeater, or where are you going?
Lark. That was me.
Okay. Mute your mic.
Hold on. Oh, I can't mute this mic, or they're not going to hear me.
No,
So,
mute your mic on the live stream. That's what I'm saying. I don't put my call sign out on YouTube yet.
This is JI1GBC. You know your background thing was still on, so everyone heard it.
Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Y'all forget it. I was going to edit out that later anyways. Whoops.
No, I'm not. All right, good cue. So, Michael, thanks for getting back to me here. Just testing Allstar from Japan, guys. JI1GBC, clear on his final. Okay, so he might be, let me volume this down. So yeah, I think he's probably right. I don't have the port forwarding on here because I have no access to the hotel servers or router. That's probably it then, right?
So if y'all heard my call sign, it's our little secret.
You're yeah, we're at home I do UDP, and I do a lot of that stuff. WiresX requires it if you're setting up a node, and there's 2 ports for my home security cameras forwarded. But that's the only unfortunate thing, I guess, is that you can't access that information when you're, at a hotel, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, Greg. Where it automatically routes you. One thing I've heard that people kind of get annoyed with that sometimes is people will immediately call their friend on the new repeater that they're on, wherever in the world they are, but they don't check to see if that repeater is cleared first. make sure that somebody else is not having a conversation going on that repeater. So, um, but like I said, I have yet to use D-Star. Someday I will.
Yeah, when I get home, I'll have some days off. I'm looking forward to using the 705, man. I've wanted that radio for a long time. It's beautiful, but it was always double the price of the ASU 891, and so I got 891. I love the 891, but the QRP and the beautiful color screen, digital built-in, UHF, VHF is going to be very useful.
Does it have D-Star?
Yes, it does.
Wow. Paul's going in the
And
D-Star world.
it's got Bluetooth, so I'm actually connected to my Microsoft Surface without cables doing digital mode.
I think I hear Don talking. Sorry.
Yeah.
Want to try that again for the audience?
Well, the 705 has modes on it for D-Star that don't, they're not the same as other radios. I don't know why. I do know why. It's because of the Wi-Fi and some of the other things. It's able to do things on D-Star that other radios can't do because they don't have that Wi-Fi.
And D is saying he tried D-Star but failed. Never went back to it. So, D, my understanding, and Don and Greg are confirming, you need to be signed up in their system. So if you can find somebody who's a D-Star liaison somewhere.
Well, again, the Dallas Amateur Radio Club is a D-Star liaison, and you can go through them. They have a thing on their website that you sign up with.
Okay. Dakara, DCARA.net. They also do D-Star, and I really don't know the process because I haven't looked at it. Just somebody signed me up.
It's a form you fill out.
Yeah, he took care of it. He logged right in and set it up. We're done.
Yeah, well, I'll play around with him when I get back, and
Liaison, you know, your experience is a little different because I think you just got right in. But those, you know, you're sending a message to the guy that has the ability to do what your friend did.
And Greg said, just contact your local repeater owner admin, and they can help you. So.
Yeah, in the RWK and here where I'm living now, there are no D-Star repeaters. So
I know
Yeah,
they're in Denton County. I've just never been on them.
I have no clue, so
well, Dallas has one, and it covers a lot of the DFW area.
yeah, that'll be a whole new area for me to look into, so I've never done it before.
Yeah, Tio has some videos on some of the other D-Star abilities in the 705, and he's tried them. I don't, and I think they were successful. I don't remember now, because with nuggets, you never know. They may or not get it right, but I think they did on the D-Star.
I think what I may have to do is carry my either microphone or another Elgato device to be able to use the mixer when I'm traveling to get this working, so we can have the audio working better when I'm gone on the Sundays. But yeah, I'll get back and I'll be looking at it. I've got it all set up. I've got it in the pack. I've got a tuner, an old LDG I have. I think it's the 100 Pro or something. The cable, everything's working. I've got a little 25 watt max dual band antenna, so I look forward to playing around with that 705 when I get home and finally have some days off.
It's a fun radio. The only problem I've had with it is mine burns batteries. I mean, literally the batteries die. And ICOM's not been any help in getting the batteries replaced. So,
yeah, Kate MRD just did a video on batteries that were like a fifth the price, than the ICOM. So
I have some of those, and those actually lasted longer than the ICOM battery did in the 705. but they still died. I think my radio is bad, but I don't know. It works fine on an external battery. It's a great radio to plug in.
So is that a QRP rig or is it a full 100-watt rig?
The 705 is 10 watt
QRP.
external battery and
Okay.
5 watts internal.
Boy, I can really hear that delay dawn coming through your side.
Well, we can we can close it down this week just because these audio things are probably causing some grief on the stream anyway. But we made an Allstar connection. We learned a little bit about Allstar. For those of you who haven't done it, I suggested, especially if you got a Raspberry Pi just laying around, grab that $90 Shari hat, or there's other hats out there. Find one that you like, and give it a try. And it allows for it. And like digital analog ham radio was saying there that the UDP port forwarding I would need. So when I'm home, people can connect to me because I can control the port forwarding on the router, but I can't do that here. But it allows me to connect to whoever I want. So actually, if I wanted to connect to Don, I probably could. He just can't connect to me. I guess so. That's the only downside.
Well, bottom line, Don's talking again. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're using Starlink on that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's using Starlink, and so I guess there is no port forwarding for that. So so that's the limitation, I guess, is if someone has no control over port forwarding, there's no way to connect to them, I guess. So.
Well, Paul, the Godfather of Denton County Radio, Gerald himself, we call him the Godfather. If you haven't met him, you need to. He pretty much says that when you're dealing with any of these systems, you're going to always be dealing with gremlins, and they come and go all the time. So
Yeah.
that's part of the learning process.
Yeah, Greg, I did order the 307. I'm going to test the one that it's just $139 for a battery for the back of that radio is just a lot to me. So I bought the one that Kate MRD was suggesting from Amazon for I think $35 or $40, and we'll see how it goes. But I do have two of the cables that you plug in, and supposedly it charges the battery while you use it. But I guess we'll play around with that and see. Michael and I need to go out and do a POTA. And, I may get out Tuesday or Wednesday and do one just to take it out and have some fun.
Welcome back, Douglas. Yeah, I need to give my IC7000 a little workout. It's not a QRP rig, but still need to work it out.
Yeah, and I was doing a question on Ham Jazz's Discord. Oh, okay, Don. On Ham Jazz Discord, I'm going to go ahead and close my Discord as well. I was asking, there's a lot of guys on there that have regular POTA activations, and so I did a question on suggested or ideas for POTA antennas, and I was surprised by the one that they came back with. Because I said I have end-fed half waves, I've got the Wolf River coil, I've got chameleons, various chameleon antennas, and what shoot, I don't want to not say the name because he was really good there. What his comment was, he said WA7 Fly, Tom, he loves the 18-foot telescopic whip on a mag mount, and he uses the Zygu G90. So I was not expecting that. Mr. Mudd, he agreed 100%, and I've got those items. So I think I'm going to try that this week. I'm going to go out with a little SWR type thing and raise the antenna up as high as I need it and give it a try.
Chris, there's warning labels on certain doors of assets that we have. Let's say, be careful, gremlin sleeping here, do not disturb. That's where we put the sensitive equipment, so not everybody's going in there to mess with it. But and be careful where you step so you don't step on a tail, because they bite.
Chris, I've actually looked at that one on AliExpress. I was tempted to get it and just test it. Is that one you have? Oh, I'm so tired of having to cancel notifications. Every website. You want us to notify you? No. I'm just looking. Stop. What are you going to notify me of? Every single sale?
Yeah.
Here, let me pull it up here. This is
And
the one I was
Don,
talking about.
I've had fun with the 7000. It's a portable kit. It's in a box over there. I don't have an HF set at the home, but I can tell where Paul is.
Yeah,
13,210 yen.
everything changes. Um, I thought I missed something here. I guess I didn't.
But yeah, my son was helping with a person that was a silent key. Nobody I knew, and that's how I came across that radio. It was on a state sale.
Sounds good, Greg. Also, Greg's in southern Japan. He was just making QSOs. I think when I get back, I'm going to try to QSO him. I actually hit Japan quite a lot. He hit, I think, someone he said in Kentucky, I think, and somewhere else. So I know we'll be able to hit each other at some point. Yeah, so that antenna, I've actually thought about it. There's some interesting antennas on AliExpress. I've got to be careful here because sometimes things pop up and it'll be totally not ham radio related. This looks fine so far, but yeah, there's one that's just a little. It looks like it's a red core with the 259, and you put the whips in it, and that's all it is. Like that core is the ballon, and you put the whip in it. I can't remember if I ordered that or not, but anyway, those are. So yeah, I may have to. But see, I've got the Wolf River coil. I've got the PRV, I think is what it's called, the chameleon one that slides up and down. But this looks like an interesting antenna too, so might be a fun one to play around with. Yeah, a lot of people using the magic carpet. But yeah, he said Don was saying that Ham Radio Crusader's got some videos on it. I don't recall hearing any videos I watched from him, but I know Josh and Jason, and I just watched one obviously from Mike as well. Have them. There's quite a bit out there, so check out Don's suggestion there at Ham Radio Crusader.
Greg, is it right now? Jamaica's on 40.
Nice. See, he's getting Jamaica in Japan right now.
So can you share the frequency you're on?
Just don't share Michael's call sign. Mine's on my car. Mine's everywhere. It's like I'm doxing myself every time I drive.
And my plates are over there that were on my old Honda, and I'll probably get it on my Explorer here. But I like to transfer everything to a PO box before I do that. But there's a number of ways of finding where I am. So,
I mean, most everything we have is public knowledge. Just depends on how easy you make it for the everyday person to see it, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm leery of trolls.
I want to say Mac.
Dude.
K4 MAK, is it? K4 Mac? CK? Well, I can't remember his call sign. Oh my gosh. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? I think I got some stuff from him too. KM4ACK. I think I remember some stuff from him. His might have been more the Raspberry Pi side, not so much the. But okay, and what's I have Ham Radio Deluxe at home, and so my Microsoft Surface was connected, like I said, with the 705 Bluetooth, which is cool to have no cables, and I learned that from Survival Tech Nord, OH8STN, one of his videos. He went cableless with his 705 and a Microsoft Surface, all Bluetooth, which was pretty cool. So I'd like to try that as well. But I did not put Ham Radio Deluxe on this Surface. I put log for OM. I like that program, and I think that may be, and it's free and very robust. I think that may be my mobile. I think I may use that for my mobile ham radio software. But you got him, Greg?
It was Saturday. He was saying, and Greg, the story of Paul getting his extra class. I had an extra class. He did not. He was a general, and we were at a camp out. Texas State Park's in the air, and I kept trying to call this Chapman Islands off the coast of New Zealand, trying over and over and over. Finally, I said, you know what? I'm in a club communications trailer at a campsite. I think that qualifies for a portable station. So I put my call sign out, slowly, phonetically, followed by portable station. And they called my call sign back out and said, you're 5 by 9 in Chapman Islands. Paul slapped the desk and said, I'm getting my extra. And he did really soon after that, because that was in the extra band.
I hate restrictions.
But I was 5 a.m. in the morning, too, before we were starting our Texas State Parks event.
Here's the new bill.
Did you get any of those 2,000 yen bills?
No, but when this came out, I'm like, oh, that's my first new bill.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. I got the little holographic image over here.
And I heard that they're at different lengths.
The U.S. dollar is so boring compared to other countries' currencies.
Yeah. So each
This is
denomination.
a wave from a specific very historic, popular art work. I think it's taken from that. I don't know if it's the exact one, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I was watching John Dobb only in Japan, and each denomination has a different length. The height's the same. But if you have two different levels of denomination, the larger denomination will be slightly bigger than the smaller one. It's like,
Yeah, it's also got a watermark, or I don't know if you can see it through there, but if you go through the light, can you see his face in there?
kind of.
Right there. How about there?
Green screen.
Angle it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Angle it into the light.
Does it have a hologram on the $1,000 one? Okay. Some of the holograms are pretty trippy. He was showing on this video.
Yeah.
As you turn it left to right, it looks like they're following you with their eyes.
That'd be creepy. Yeah, this is basically, if it was penny to the yen, this would be $10.
Yeah.
So the easiest way for me to figure it out is just go two zeros with a decimal point, and if it's yen to the penny, that's what it is. So it'd be moving it from here to here, and you get $10. But it's about 140 right now, so this is 1,000 yen is worth what, $7 maybe, or something like that.
I'm just looking at the current bill. It's 153.62 yen.
Oh, geez, it's even higher.
Yeah. Well, it was up in the 160s, 170s there for a bit. But before COVID, I want to say it was almost 100 yen to the dollar. So.
Oh, Chris is thinking something historically. That wave had something to do with it. It could be, man. Did you notice Fuji in the back, right? Mm-hmm. Back here.
Yeah.
And to me, this looks like something here, not just a wave. This looks like, I almost thought this was an image of Fuji, but it's not a flat top, so it wasn't quite right. But trying to see if there's a name on it, if it's from the actual artwork or they just created their own. Oh, there actually is. There's a name right there. Right here. Mm-hmm. So scribbled in. So that must be the artwork from that person.
Do you have a higher denomination?
No, I'm not a pilot.
I was just curious how you could do a side-by-side comparison on it.
Two-tone coins.
Mm-hmm.
Other countries' currency is just cool. I don't know. Ours is boring.
So Dee's asking, do they expire their own version of the bills?
What is it? I don't think so. I don't think they do that.
I think somebody said something like that. Like
I mean,
eventually make an alternative.
I've never held it long enough to know. Maybe Greg would know.
Yeah, last year before, I was pulling a suit that no longer a full suit that no longer fits, and I found $14 in there from the 90s.
There
It
you
was
go.
like
Greg's got the
1994.
Hokusai wave
So, Greg, did they expire the? I think we clicked at the same time, Paul.
again and
Again.
again.
Okay, hands off. Go ahead and click it. There you go.
Hokusai. Hoku is north, I think, isn't it? Let me see the translation of that. Greg will probably come out with it before I can.
So, Greg, did they ever expire currency in Japan?
Okay, so it is the famous painting. I wasn't sure if it was the actual famous painting or something else. Let me share this. Show you guys.
Do they ever expire the bills where they're no longer legal tender, legal currency? That's what I was asking. That's what Dee was asking.
I know when the queen died and the king took over their change and all that, you have a certain amount of time you had to turn in and exchange the old currency, because they literally get rid of the old currency because of the new coin's going to have the king on it.
No longer legal tender, huh?
Yeah.
That's trippy.
But you turn it in and you can exchange it if you have it. Like, I've got a bunch of it. Why would I exchange it? I'm going to keep it. It's kind of like I've got historical stuff. It's kind of cool.
So is that the emperor that's on that bill? The 1,000 yen?
This is this is going to be another guy. This is probably in history. Oh man, I can't read it, guys. His name is so small. I can't read it. My glasses are over there.
Don's is that the suicide forest, Don?
Don may know. Don may know the name of this person. But let me. If I take a photo, I can blow it up, and then maybe I can read some of it.
Okay.
All right.
Greg is saying they'll eventually be phased out. So does that mean they will no longer be legal tender, I guess?
So it looks like, I think that's Kitakura, which is, I think, the character for Black and North. Let me see if that's the right name. I could be wrong. Greg needs to tell me. I'm not sure how much kanji. He probably knows a lot. Let me get rid of this. Greg, is that kanji Kitakura? Is that backwards? I want to say the first two are Kitakura, North, and the kanji for Black, and then the fourth one is 3 for the number 3, or I've never studied it enough to know it, but I want to say that's Kitakura, so let me see if there's a Kitakura in 1,000 yen. I like to try to figure it out before asking. Okay. Let's see if I got it right, at least part of it. Oh, they got a 10,000. Okay, here. I guess I could share this. So here's the banknotes. So here's the one we're looking at. This first character here is to look, and this is the source, I think, or so source. I don't know, source something. So this is Eiichi Shibusawa here on the 10,000, and then you've got Umeko Tsuda on the 5,000, and this one is, oh, I was wrong, Shiba Saburo Kitasato. So
Yeah.
I got the kita
Look
part
at the
right,
comment. Look at the comment.
but not the sato part right.
Invented the tetanus serum therapy. Discovered
Ah,
Bacillus. Found out the Institute of Infectious Diseases and
kita
Keto
sato.
Institute. Oh, very cool. Now go back to the top there, Paul. Very top. Notice how each bill is a little bit longer as it goes up.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, so I knew north, but that sato, my mind, kita sato. Yeah, I never studied kanji enough. I've learned a few over the years, but never studied it. So yeah, you can definitely see the length difference here.
So Don asked an interesting question. Let's see if I can find it. This is off subject from the currency. Have you ever seen the Akagara forest? Did I say that right? Akagara.
Is that the scary forest where people have died, or is it the forest that you walk through that's a
Well,
tourist
it's known as
attraction?
it's noticed as a suicide forest.
No, I've never been there.
Yeah, don't go vlogging there.
Yeah.
The red kanji on the bills is sample. There you go.
Yeah, Greg does translations, I think, right, Greg? Is it?
No, he's an English editor. That's all.
Or editing,
Which is
yeah.
a great job to have.
Which is basically translation. He's making sure that the translations are correct.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I've never been to that forest. I don't even know where it's at, to be honest with you.
I'd like to explore it, not to pull Logan Paul, but there's a lot in Japan I would love to explore.
Let me see the largest city it's near. Oh, it's west of Tokyo, quite a bit, a little southwest. Okay, halfway to Nagoya almost. Not extremely far, but too far for me to do on a layover. I'd have to take a trip. Oh, it's at the base, not the base, but kind of the outer rim base of Mount Fuji. So I actually may go there someday because I do plan on hiking Fuji. But I'd like to find a place or a time that can be, if they allow it, to be with a group and go up and do an activation. at
Don, I
Fuji.
wouldn't mind going there, but I'd be careful what I filmed. I'm not one of those idiot YouTubers, you know.
But yeah, I always thought it'd be fun to do some kind of a Fuji activation, wherever they allow it. They're around Fuji.
I'm curious if they'll let you do it on the summit of Mount Fuji, because lots of people take that pilgrimage.
Well,
I'm
they
not
used to do it
paid for
every
it.
year. There used to be a crew member group every year would go, and I never did. But I'm gonna guess that they probably don't allow it, but you never know. Probably take some kind of special permission.
And I think I know which island you're talking about down there.
Okay, yeah, he just makes sure the English is correct.
Mhm.
So basically, Greg does what Baofeng needs to
does it?
create a position for. Yeah, Greg does for ICOM what Baofeng doesn't do.
What do they call it? There's a term for that. English. And the Japanese even use this term for English that's not exactly grammatically correct or sounds a little off. In fact, go to Daiso and look at any of their stuff that has like English on a t-shirt or something. It's quite humorous from our side.
Japanese advertisements are hilarious. Even the advertisements say on a vending machine, and it might be something like in the real English it would be something like, you know, grab a cold drink for an energetic day. It might be what it says, but the Japanese one will probably just say, you know, cold drink, you know, energy day or something. That they I can't even say it because my mind doesn't think that way. But when I see it, it's funny just the way they say it. Like, Drink cold. Enjoy Energy Day. Something like that.
I think I did a video on Stranger Things on what the day so and read some of those. I forgot what they were, but they were pretty funny. Little sayings that were on.
Yeah.
Back
So I keep saying he's translating, but he's not. He just edits the English to make sure it's correct.
So Chris is
English
saying
is
Mount
correct.
English is correct. Okay, I'm correct on that. It's hilarious too.
Yeah, I love Japan though. It's great. Such a great country.
There you go. I keep
People are
correcting it wrong on.
Country's so clean, safe. People are extremely nice and respectful. It's amazing.
So Chris is saying Mount Fuji's closed.
It might be. In the winter, I don't think they. I mean, when they do the climb of the crew, it's in July, because you're not going to summit it anytime. If you guys are familiar with Mount Rainier, basically the only time to really go to Rainier is July and August. The rest of the year it's covered. But
Here you go, Paul.
oh yeah,
English is
English.
collect.
English is hilarious.
Collect.
Ours on
Is that correct?
the airplane, it's fry rice.
Fried rice.
You don't say fry rice. You say fly rice.
Fried rice.
Um,
Fried rice. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm legit again. I went ahead and paid. Usually I wait longer, but I got my. I think it's the piracy tax. It's like a $300 per year tax that I read into it, wondering why they started it, and supposedly it was to help fight against ham radio frequency piracy or something like that. I can't remember. I'm just looked that article up again. So I guess there's quite an issue of
Well, I'm
truckers
glad
in
you're
Japan
legal.
using it.
I'm glad you're
But-
legal.
Yeah.
I was getting a little nervous when you were starting to do this. I'm like, Paul, you can't transmit on that radio.
Well, I felt like it was time, like it's been past time, and he's usually emailed me, so he just didn't this time. But I ran out first thing this morning to pay that tax so that I know that it's all paid up and legit. So yeah, I guess the truckers here, I guess it's not a big CB country, so they tend to use 40 meters ham.
Okay. Funny story, D. I had a deaf foster care sister for 7 years. And my brother, to this day, still calls me by the name she says verbally. I was Moochai, and he was Staba for Steven. So,
Mochai, some kind of tea.
Moochai. Yeah, there you go. As Mamu and Dadi for my parents.
Hmm.
Arr.
Well, guys, I'm going to whip up a batch of chamomile tea and see if I can get a couple-hour nap before heading home. But Greg, to Japan Ham, I want to try to QSO you this week if you're able. Just let me know in the Discord kind of the times you're able to get on, and I'll work that out. And then I'm going to try to do a POTA this week at Ray Roberts. And then Mike and I have to try to plan maybe a Saturday POTA at some point so we can get out there in video.
Greg, that would be awesome to contact you during a POTA.
Yeah, I was tempted to get the Poseidon, but that takes a tuner too. I was really wanting to get something that didn't need a tuner. I have the tuner, but we'll see. Thanks, Don. But let's go. We're an hour and a half, guys. I didn't think it'd go this long because other than Allstar, I didn't really have anything to talk about. I was just going to try to connect to different Allstar nodes and see how it goes. But yeah, but oh, okay. So it's the UHF frequency that they're using. Okay. So I guess that's what the 300 yen tax thing is for.
Oh, so they're using it illegally.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're not licensed. That would make more sense because you're not gonna. But I do get on, and it seems like 40 meters is the favored frequency of ham radio operators over here. Yeah, that makes more sense. 430.
Yeah.
I just remember looking into it, like why are they charging this, and I ended up Googling it and found somewhere that they were talking about truckers using the frequencies and not getting licensed and this and that. It was supposed to combat it. And being an American and pessimistic, I just think another fee or tax isn't going to fix anything. It's just more money for the coffers of the government. But
Yeah, are they actively doing DEFing for that? That's my question.
and how are you going to do it? I mean, are they really going to spend money on that? I don't think so.
Have chase vehicles all up and down the truck routes.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Don, I've got the car one. I've got a Reliance one. I've made one in-fed half-wave, and I've got the POTA 20 mast now, so I can pop it up real quick and should be fine. So I'll probably take a couple of them out, but I'm really interested in trying that the whip. That's 18-foot whip they were mentioning in Discord on Ham Jazz Discord. And then at some point I do want to make the measuring tape antenna like Simon has done, but we'll see how it goes this week. Land of the fee. That's good one, Chris. All right, guys, let's close it up. Michael took a break this week, which, you know, sometimes I wonder if I should do, but what do you got anything coming up, Michael?
Honestly, I was trying to urge you to take a break as well since you were in Japan, but I'm glad we did this. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, I don't have any plans, so if somebody has something they would like to see in the North Texas area, I would love to do it. If you haven't watched my state fair video, please watch it. It's got some pretty cool stuff I wasn't expecting there. What I was expecting to film, I didn't necessarily film all that. So didn't see a bunch of cows and stuff out there like I normally do, cows and chickens. But apparently you have to have the right timing for that. So, and if you've watched it, watch it again. I appreciate all the views and the view time. So
yeah, it made me want to go again. It's a good video because, like I said last time, I've been wanting to go for a long time, and I just keep either forgetting and then it's too late, or I just need to schedule it and do it. But
yeah, and I had one complaint that I put in the video. This is the way they treated me getting the tickets for the food, the coupons. But I didn't talk about how they were very rude at security.
yeah.
They told me no selfie sticks, and it was my little tripod. I mean,
Wow.
they tore into me pretty heavy, and I almost put that in the video, but I didn't. So, but definitely worth to go. It's one of the larger state fairs. It lasts 3 weeks, which is a lot longer than most state fairs. So
Well, speaking of views, guys, thanks everyone for watched all the videos and things. I just had to look at it. I'm currently 54 hours away from being fully monetized. So that will be kind of cool. That'll be an exciting time.
ooh,
It's
that would be nice.
it's one of the things it's one of the analytics that people look at that are on YouTube. You're always working for that number of 4,000 viewed hours in 1 year, in one rolling 365 days. So almost there. Excited. Thanks again, guys, for all the support and joining me. And I love having the chat. I don't get out to the club meetings and stuff like I used to. I need to try to figure out how to change that, but this has become kind of my little club meeting Ragchew chat that I don't get to enjoy very often at home. But I want to thank everyone for the support. But yeah, I'll have the in-fed half-wave. I'll probably take a few antennas out when I go out for a few hours. Kind of figure out what works best, and then play around with the 705 and have some fun with it. But I'll make a video or do a live stream or something when I do it.
Oh, I'm at 1981.
That's pretty good.
That's 365. So
That's actually not bad. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thanks for joining. Sorry there's no exciting fanfare, backgrounds, swipes, and this and that, but I'm on an individual laptop, and I just don't have those things set up on this. But maybe I should. Maybe I should start
it was
setting
a
it
fun
up.
video. I think everybody that joined us had a lot of fun. So
Yeah. All right. Take care, everyone. 73. So this week, be safe and be prepared. And we'll see you all soon on Sunday Night Ragchew, guys. Take care.
bye, y'all.